People I've spoken with that say they're concerned about environmental impacts, noise. Now, if you can take a listen, I don't know if you guys can hear it. The sound sounds like static. That's what they're playing on speakers to kind of give people an idea of what they say the decibel sound would sound like if that data center is approved and does go in that area. This all started on Saturday evening when witnesses reported seeing an unmanned boat circling the lake. When DNR arrived, they were able to then identify the owners of that boat. One of two people the game wardens have been searching for remain unaccounted for. It's been an ongoing search since Saturday night. It also caused secondary bacterial infections and, of course, the psychological trauma of being infested with the lice. It's very important to stay off the roadways. But you can see behind me, people aren't really heeding that warning just yet, but it is getting darker. Maybe people will begin to tuck themselves inside and off these roadways because they can really be dangerous. See, we still have some of it here. That means it hasn't all melted, and as it does turn to liquid, that's when it's going to pose an even greater risk, and black ice you just can't see. So the Georgia Department of Transportation really wants people to continue to stay off the roadways. If you do have to drive, it's important to pack blankets so you can stay warm in the event that you are stranded on the side of the road or your battery dies like mine actually just did. Thank you to the tow truck driver who just came and jumped off the vehicle here. But anyway, just stay safe out there, stay warm, because we're not in the clear just yet. Reporting live in Macon, Gloria Ruth Finney, WGXA News. Election results still have to be officially certified. The Houston County Board of Elections plans to meet on Friday for that. This is just a tragic situation again, and we spoke to some people who live right across the lake in these apartments here who say they often see people out here feeding the ducks, but they say they don't usually see people out here swimming, as they made note of the no swimming signs here at the lake. Parents say they're shocked to learn the school is searching to replace the team's coach just weeks after earning national recognition at an out-of-state competition.
That's where we find WGXA's Gloria Ruth Finney. Is that a snake?
Oh my goodness.
I was going to ask, how are you doing out there? But
Snake. Her name is Diamond. I met her here last year. I don't know if you guys know this, but Halloween is my favorite holiday, so I'm glad to be back here again. Now, it was an eerily pleasant good time in downtown Macon, but you know, with Halloween falling on a Friday, that means lots of people didn't get to take part in the festivities, so there's going to be plenty going on throughout the weekend. I'm told from the police chief that after they received complaints about a smell, odor coming from this place, they came here last night, knocked on the door, found a woman inside. Later, she voluntarily surrendered around 30 dogs, actually a few more than 30. And now since last night around 6, agencies have been out here. When I got here earlier today, they were removing dogs, loading them up in trucks of various agencies, the Atlanta Humane Society, Jones County, Bibb County, they were all out here. Now, let me just show you, these are some of the dogs that are still here. They are actually waiting on a rescue to come get them. There are 3 right here, and then there are 3 on the other side over here. I've been hanging out with these guys for a while, but they are going to a rescue. They're going to get vetted, and then hopefully they will all be up for adoption. Your chances of getting a speeding ticket in the mail could be even greater in Macon-Bibb. Supposed to stay off the roads when it's snowing like this. People are still enjoying the winter storm here on Coleman Hill. We're at the AJSA on Lake Tobosoffke, and we're about to pull the throttle and take a ride around the track. You can still see charred material here at this vacant warehouse on Reed Street, just outside of downtown Macon. Now, we spoke with Macon-Bibb Fire Department lead investigator Kyle Murray, who says that it's not clear what actually led to the blaze. He says all of this is still under investigation. We reached back out to the fire department to ask if they believe this was left behind in connection to the damage caused this week. Lieutenant Murray says they haven't ruled out the possibility. In jail for animal cruelty in Jones County. Tonight we're hearing from the owner of the little dog that was thrown from a car and run over. They want to rezone that property for the purpose of a data center. Now, people here say that they don't want it in Twiggs County, and they are here prepared tonight to speak on the grounds that the land and ordinances for Twiggs County requires a development of regional impact study for a project this size. Its Gordon location will shut its doors for good Saturday, August 16th, meaning people will have to travel nearly 20 miles for food and other essentials. What do you think that does for people who may not have transportation or who are elderly or disabled?
It leave them in a bad position.
We got to work contacting the Macon Water Authority before meeting Svensson at his home in Stonebridge subdivision.
It took an email from you to get any response from Macon Water Authority, which I have not heard from in over a month.
2 women were shot inside this East Macon Kentucky Fried Chicken.
My God, this has to stop. Where does it end?
Macon resident Rita Clement stopped by the KFC, surprised to see it closed during normal business hours. Her surprise turned to shock when she learned what had taken place.
Please stop all this gun violence.
Please, that's what I was about to say. It must end.
BSO believes someone in the community knows something about Crenshaw's death. Crenshaw's family is still hoping for justice and is asking the community to come forward with any relevant information. Their entire family is seeking answers. They want to bring justice to Parker Moore. In our 5:30 hour, we're going to be hearing more from Curlin and why he says that speaking with Carter about political events kept him on his toes. Partners with the Homeless Coalition are working to ensure that no one in our community is left without the option for warmth and safety.
It's like Fashion Week is kind of rubbing off on you.
It is, Ansley. In a world full of fast fashion, some are leaning toward more sustainable wear. That's what tonight's event was focused on. It was presented by Goodwill. Conversations included the ethics of design. Before the runway, I got a look behind the scenes where I saw this outfit come to life. Isaiah Miller says for him, fashion goes a little something like this.
It's like you're speaking without even having to speak.
His style does the talking. Miller is a clothing designer, a self-taught creator.
That's perfect.
Since returning to Macon from Charlotte,
Everything looks good.
he's become the teacher he never had.
Yep.
Educating Wesleyan college students about the industry that's had Miller featured in museums and magazines. And on Wednesday night, a featured artist in a responsible runway presentation at a downtown gallery for Macon Fashion Week. You see, his designs first began as something else entirely. Miller's materials are repurposed.
Went straight to the curtains.
Yep, this skirt and top made from
So what I'm
drapes,
trying to-
from cutting to sewing and adding a zipper.
Peeling the zipper fly for the back of the skirt.
What was once meant to block the light, soon to shine in the spotlight. All right, what are we doing now?
I'm gonna get you in this.
All right. Hey, someone's got to do it. After all, the event was happening in just 2.5 hours. From pinning and altering, that's how quickly he worked, bringing his designs to life for the very first Macon Fashion Week. All right, well, happy Halloween, guys. I'm about to head out of here. I've got some candy I got to pass out at home myself. More of a listening game for him because she was very strong and opinionated about her viewpoints. Now, tonight at 11 on ABC 16, we'll be sharing the story of one woman who worked for the Carters for more than 50 years. Reporting live in Plains, Georgia, I'm Gloria Ruth Finney, WGXC News.